Good morning, boys and girls. Today's lecture we are going to see that the second lecture for the poem number 2.3. The name of the poem, The Inchcape Rock. See, the Inchcape Rock is a ballad written by English poet Robert Southey. Now see, the ballad means a longer poem, a longer story, can be funny, dramatic or romantic. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, बॅलड म्हणजे पोवाडा किंवा प्रदीर्घ काव्य जे मजेशीर, विनोदी, प्रणयपूर्ण किंवा नाट्यमय असू शकते. It deals with the story of a 14th century attempt by the abbot of Orthobrook to install a warning bell on the Inchcape, a sandstone reef of the Scotland coast. Abu poem is a longer poem. It's a ballad, and especially it is written in the 14th century English literary period. Especially the abbot of Orthobrook. Abbot, it's a Christian missionary, Christian monk, Christian मठाधिपती. याच्या ऑर्थोब्रोक नावाच्या व्यक्तीने एक सामाजिक कार्य म्हणून स्कॉटलंडच्या समुद्रकिनाऱ्यावर प्रवाशांची बोट आदळू नये म्हणून हा धोका टाळण्यासाठी अशा एक प्रकारचे धोक्याची घंटा बसवली होती. द पोएम टेल्स अस हाऊ द बेल वॉज removed by a pirate who later perished when his ship collided with the reef while returning to Scotland in a bad weather. In the 14th century, the abbot of Orthobrook has installed the warning bell at the Inchcape Rock. But one person who is known as a rover sea, सागरी चाचा म्हणून कवितेमध्ये पुढे याचा उल्लेख आलेला आहे, या ख्रिश्चन मठाधिपतींनी खलाशांच्या जीवनामधील धोका टळावा म्हणून किंवा त्यांची बोट खडकावरती आदळू नये म्हणून जी काही धोक्याची घंटा बसवली होती ती एका दुष्ट खलाशी चाच्याने ती घंटा तोडून टाकली आणि पुढे त्याचीच बोट अंधारामध्ये त्याच खडकावर आदळून त्याचा कसा नाश झाला हे सांगण्याचा सुंदर प्रयत्न याच्यातून केलेला आहे. म्हणजेच इतरांसाठी खोदलेल्या खड्ड्यामध्ये स्वतःलाच गाडून घ्यावं लागतं अशा प्रकारची म्हण आपल्याकडे आहे. हिअर द बेसिक थीम ऑफ द पोएम इज दॅट those who do bad things will be punished accordingly and justice will be done. In the present poem, poet Robert Southey says it's a truth prevails, poetic justice. A person in his or in her life who will do good for others, he or she will be rewarded by good things from society, and one who will do bad, he will be punished. That is for the poem especially this poem is concerning about the work, the fruit and karma. Means whatever work we are going to do, whatever karma we are going to do, fruits will be given as per our karma, and no one can avoid the fruits of our duties. मनुष्य जीवनामध्ये आपण जी जी कामं करतो ती कामं चांगली आणि वाईट अशा पद्धतीमध्ये विभागली जातात. चांगल्या कामांची फळं ही चांगली असतात, समाज त्याचं कौतुक करतो. वाईट कामाची फळं ही वाईट असतात, त्याचा शेवटही भयंकर असतो. आणि म्हणून आपल्याकडे एक अशी म्हण आहे, ज्याचे जैसे कर्म तैसे फळ देतो देव. whatever karma we have done, whatever karma we have done, fruits will be given as per our karmas. No one can avoid whatever the rewards or punishments of our karmas. Now see about the poet. Robert Southey was born in 1774 and died in 1843, was born in Bristol, England, now see, and was educated at Oxford University, which was very famous among two universities at that time. One is Cambridge and another one is Oxford. He was a poet laureate of England from 1813 to 1843. Robert Southey was known as a very famous poet in the period of 1813 to 1843. It is a 30 years period. He was a main poet in English literature in England. The Inchcape Rock, Warning Bell, one of his popular short poems, is a ballad. Whatever poems poet Robert Southey has composed, and among them his Inchcape of Rock. Inchcape of Rock, it is a warning bell, धोक्याची घंटा. This poem is very popular, very famous, very well known, and it is a longer poem. In short while ago, I have already mentioned the meaning of ballad. This poem is as a ballad. Ballad means a longer poem. Ballad means a longer poem, and that longer poem can be dramatic, romantic, or a wit or fun. विनोद, प्रणय, नाट्यमय अशा अनेक घटनांची सुंदर गुंफण या प्रदीर्घ काव्यामध्ये केलेली असते, म्हणून याला पोवाडा असं किंवा प्रदीर्घ काव्य असं म्हणतात. प्रस्तुत कविता इंचकेप रॉक, धोक्याची घंटा, ही कविता पोवाडा म्हणून आपण या ठिकाणी अभ्यासत आहोत. See, in this poem, Southey is inspired by the legendary story of a pirate who removed the bell placed on the Inchcape Rock by the abbot of Aberbrothock. Aberbrothock is name of the Christian priest, Christian मठाधिपती, abbot मठाधिपती. ॲब्रोथक नावाच्या एका ख्रिश्चन मठाधिपतींनी सर्वसामान्यांच्या जीवनामध्ये स्कॉटलंडच्या समुद्रामधून प्रवास करताना धोका पोहोचू नये, त्यांच्या जीवनामध्ये दुःख निर्माण होऊ नये म्हणून त्या समुद्राच्या बीचवर, कडेवर जी धोक्याची घंटा बसवली होती, तीच या सी रोवर, सागरी चाचा दुष्ट मनुष्य होता, त्याने ती कापून टाकली. बट मेट विथ हिज ओन डेथ ड्यू टू हिज विकेड ॲक्शन. when we are doing something wrong in our life, God will give him or her his or her fruits of his karmas. When our karmas were bad, fruits were undoubtedly bad. When our karmas will good, our fruits were 100% good. That period has especially removed the bell from the rock, and unfortunately at the time of evening in the darkness he couldn't know how to go, because that Inchcape Rock, that bell was playing the role of lighthouse for the mariners in the ocean. And unfortunately the pirate has removed the bell, and for his bad work he has to face such a pinnacle situation, and unfortunately he has met a tragic death of his life, and here there is a tragic end of his life. So now see the paraphrase of the poem, stanza number 1. No steer in the air, no steer in the sea. The ship was as still as sea could be. Her sails from heaven received no motion. Her keel was steady in the ocean. See, the very first stanza of the poem, poet Robert Southey is going to explain that. That's the lovely morning was there, very calm and quiet atmosphere. The nature was quite still stand. Never a single motion was happening in the sea, and the ship was still stand in the ocean. His keel was steady in the ocean. Keel, see the word. Keel means backbone. Keel means backbone. What we may call it? The chest of the vehicle. Oh. सकाळ शांत होती. स्तब्ध, प्रसन्न, मनमोहक वातावरणात समुद्राच्या स्थिर पाण्यामध्ये आपल्या कण्यावरती, किल म्हणजे कणा, प्रमुख भाग, वी मे कॉल इट चेस, आणि ती नाव समुद्राच्या पाण्यावरती शांत उभा होती. द विंड अँड द सी आर काम. Now see the meaning of the very first stanza. The wind and the sea are very calm. समुद्र आणि हवा शांत होती. Making the ship move smoothly over the water. The sails of the ship are motionless as there is no wind, and its keel lay steady in the calm waters. समुद्र शांत होता. कुठल्याही प्रकारची गतिमानता सागराच्या पृष्ठभागावरती दिसत नव्हती, आणि अशा या शांत स्थिर सागरी पृष्ठभागावर ती नौका संयमाने शांतपणे उभी होती. Now see the stanza number 2. Without either sign or sound of their shock, the waves float over the Inchcape Rock. So little they rose, so little they fell. They did not move the Inchcape bell. Because of the calmness of the sea, the waves gently passed over the Inchcape Rock without moving the bell placed on it. Now see, the ocean was very calm, quiet. There was never a single wave on the superficial part of the ocean, and henceforth, whatever the waves were blowing on the superficial part of the water, that directly passed over the Inchcape Rock because the ocean was motionless, very calm and quiet. Now see the stanza number 3. The abbot of Abrothak, abbot, Christian Matadipati, name of that abbot is Abrothak. ॲब्रोथक नावाच्या ख्रिश्चन मठाधिपतींनी स्कॉटलंड समुद्राच्या बीचवरती ही धोक्याची घंटा बसवली होती. हॅड प्लेस्ड दॅट बेल ऑन द इंचकेप रॉक ऑन ए बायो इन द स्टॉर्म. It floated and swung, and over the waves its warning rung. The bell had been placed on a float upon the Inchcape Rock by the abbot of Abrothak. Some persons are born in the society. Some persons are born in the society only for the sake of the welfarement of the people of society. They lead their whole life only sake of the people of society. They always trying to share the agony, misery, sadness, unhappiness of the people of society. They never lead their private and luxurious life. They lead their life only for the sake of others. The bell had been placed on a float upon the Inchcape Rock by the abbot of Abrothak. During the storms, the float moved violently when the sea waves struck it, thus ringing the bell as a warning. At the time of super cyclone, at the time of storms and tempest, the mariners should take guideline from that Inchcape Rock, and such Inchcape Rock should have to play the role of lighthouse for the people, those who are sailing their sails in the ocean at the time of evening, night or midnight. And that is the heavenly duty was made by the abbot of Orthobrok. Friends, today we are going to stop here. Tomorrow, next period, we are going to complete the remaining part of the poem. Till then, goodbye. Have a nice day for you. Thank you.